Hey, it's Game Hydro. Today we're talking about a new tennis game called Retro Slam. May have heard of it, may have not, but it's actually by the same folks that put out Retro Bowl and its sequels. So these folks, they know what they're doing in the retro sports genre, because Retro Bowl is one of the longest enduring football hits on iOS and Android platforms. So we're going to go over Retro Slam Tennis and talk about some tips, tricks, cheats, strategies, etc., how to get more energy, get more coins, what exactly to do with it, etc. A lot of things you can do here. So obviously you need energy to do a lot of different things. To play matches, you need energy to do training, and you need energy to, believe it or not, engage with your contacts. Now, engaging with family, friends, and partner will take you to a mini game, and it will increase your happiness points. And the happier you are, the more likely you are to start a play winning the game. So, yes, if you start off losing, you can still break out the win if you are skilled enough, but much easier to do this. Costs 25% energy to do one of these contacts, and then you'll be taken to one of these mini games. Generally, the results are usually pretty good. Sometimes you'll even get experience points and energy drinks. Friends here, do you want to spend time? You get another game, another chance to spin for an energy drink. Almost got it. And then the partner, there's a different kind of game here. You got 4 chances to spin, and if you get 2 or 3 hearts, then the hangout session with your partner goes well. So 2 hearts here, happiness increases. Now we are far more likely to start off winning, but of course the energy's low because we just used 75% of it. So use one of the energy drinks. Try not to over-energize yourself. Use the one that fits with where you're at. Now, to get more energy drinks, there's a few ways to do that besides purchasing them, because not everybody wants to spend some money. That video button down at the bottom lets you watch an advertisement for a free energy drink. Obviously, you can win it from contacts, and you can regain energy by resting, which, yes, it may cost you some points in the middle of a tournament, but sometimes you need to do that. So we got coins up above, which is the money in this game, and you can spend them on a couple of different things. So number 1 is equipment. You can purchase better equipment, which will not only boost your skills, but can increase the amount of followers too. And the more expensive the equipment that you purchase, generally, the longer that it lasts. Each of these will wear out after a specific number of matches, and then you'll have to go back to your basic equipment that you start the game with. So after 10 matches, your shorts will wear out, but your fitness will increase by 1 while you're wearing these shorts. And then these shorts, they get you extra social media followers. And more social media followers means more sponsorships and better sponsorship opportunities. Speaking of sponsorships, they unlock after 5 rounds. If you go to start round 6, it will tell you that you have a couple sponsors available, and you'll get to pick which sponsor you like the offer of better. So we picked this one because it lasted more events overall, plus more coins per win and a higher initial amount. These sponsors can actually skyrocket the amount that you make, which allows you to purchase more equipment and more lifestyle items. So with the lifestyle items, start with the lowest level or the lowest cost item and work your way up, because all of them in the same tier will increase your social follower multiplier by the same amount. Right now, we can only afford the TV, so we're going to get the TV. And then once you purchase them all, the tier 2 items will become available. Over in the settings area, we can turn off sound and music, enable fewer sets, which is enabled by default. So if you want to play more sets, then turn that off. You got hard mode, which will cause opponents to run faster and hit harder. Won't necessarily increase the rewards. Replays, if you want to watch them, you can change the color of the user interface to whatever you want. And even though this is hard mode interface, it doesn't make the game harder, it just changes the color. You can replay the tutorial for some reason if you want, and you can look at the credits, see all of who you should credit with developing the game. All right, and as you increase levels, you can choose which skill to increase as well. Training enables you to increase your skills and teaches you some good skills. We're going to go through a training. Actually, we're going to save the training for second. So, before we do that, hit the race area. So you and a group of other players or characters are essentially racing to number 1 for the season. And to get number 1 is to get the most tour points. And over here, you can see there are different levels, different numbers of tour points available for each event. So the free entry ones, it's 250. Rotterdam, it's 500. But we have to pay an entry fee of 34. So we're going to do Marseille because it's the shortest flight, which means less energy expended. You can also see the total number of players in the tournament, not real players, just NPCs, and the prize money if you win. And winning in this game is honestly pretty easy. We're going to go over a little bit of this. All right, first round out of 5. So our coach is telling us that you got to complete some 10 topspin sessions in order to meet one of the criteria. So when the little ball flies by, we're going to try to tap the top of it to make it topspin. Success. Now, if you tap the bottom of it and backspin it, if you tap the bottom of it, you will backspin it. If you tap the sides of the ball, you'll do slice shots. Different coaches have different requirements. Once you meet all of those requirements, you'll get experience points and other rewards from the coaches. Missed that one. Yet our opponent still screwed it up. That's always nice. Try to aim for the corners. Try not to send the ball too far, but don't make it too soft of a shot either. Sometimes I like to soften up the shot, though, to catch the opponent off guard and make them run for it. Top spin shot. That was an easy one to get to for them, so we're going to make it a little harder. And they just missed that one. With the serves, I like to try and keep the ball tapped in the middle just to be sure that it goes where it's supposed to go. And then when they send it back, that's when I go in for the kill. All right, round 1 win right there. Energy is down a little bit, but we won pretty efficiently, so the energy didn't decrease too much. Gonna play another round here. And so far, 4 out of 10 topspin shots already. Once we get 10, we will have that figured out with the coach. Now, there's not really a specific amount of time that you have to hit this in, or that you have to choose your direction in, rather. So you can take your time with your shot if you need to. Serve. Now, those serves will come up at completely random times, so just be on the lookout. Oh, missed. That was terrible. But you get retries sometimes if you miss. That one, we got the ball where we wanted it to go. Now the energy is down into the yellow, so skills are down by 25%. You can still win with the skills down a little bit. You'll just notice a little bit less juice on the ball when you hit it. See, that serve was a little bit slower. Return it. Spin is probably going to be a little bit less. So we're going to make the ball go harder. And as you get further into the match, the little ball that you have to tap becomes smaller. So you're going to have to focus harder in order to get the shot that you want. All right, round 3 out of 5. Here we go. Still, skills are under 25%. Serve. And they smoked it back well enough that we had no option against it. Let's see if we can do the same thing to them. Top spin. But they got to it. And we got one over on them. Just make sure to watch out for the serve because it will come with 0 notice. If you don't have a coach quest to complete, sometimes slice shots can be the easiest ones to put out of reach of the opponent. We're going to use our last energy drink here because skills being down 50%, when the going gets tough, that can be a little bit too hard to overcome. Skills are back up. Now you'll see the shots are harder and the spin is better. Top spin. That was a really good return, but we got to it. Probably because the skills have been recovered. Now that one, can't really do much about that one. I'm going to go a little softer. Make this guy run some more. Make sure you don't accidentally hit the ball out of bounds if you do that, though. Too soft. Now they got a match point. So no time to get cute. We're going to slice it. Failed at the slice. Let's try this one more time. Success at the slice. They can't get to it. And some of the coaches will require you to save a round like that in order to fulfill your requirements. If you need to do that, then you can intentionally, especially if you're a little too good at the game, you can intentionally let yourself get into a deficit and then save the game. Sometimes if you see an opponent cheating the other way like that, it can be best to try to go the other way than you usually would. Other times it won't work out so well, kind of like that one. This time, though, let's put them away with a slicer. Perfect slice. Slicing it away from the direction that they're running almost always will get you the point and the win. So make extra use of slices in hard mode especially. See that? Hit it hard, slice it. You can also do a lob shot by swiping up. We're going to test the lob real quick. Didn't lob it hard enough. Got into a bad situation there. So tiebreaker, all bets are off. Once again, screw the top shot requirement from the coach. We got to do what we got to do. Slice. Failed the slice. But succeeded with the shot. Now, of course, when you win the tournament, you will get paid the prize money. Plus, you'll get paid by the sponsor. Now, when the interview comes up, you want to get as close to the red as possible without actually hitting the red. Aim for, I would say, the middle to right half of the light green, and you have a chance, even if you tap slow, you got a chance of hitting the yellow. The yellow is the best one. The red is the worst one. That means you completely bombed the interview. The white means you just did a very boring interview, but it's not quite as bad as the red. All right, let's try this. Light green, more followers, good interview, star level increases. Not only will you make more money, but the next sponsorship will make you more money as well. After round 6, you unlock, well, that's just an advertisement for the other games by this developer, which, I mean, I can't be mad at that. Retro Bowl's an all-time classic. Retro Bowl College, pretty much a classic too. Retro Goal, lesser known, good soccer game. So take that money. You can see how many events you have left under the sponsorship area. And now we can actually, because we haven't done that yet, under socials, you can see your social media stats. You don't actually have any actions you can do, but you can see the stats. We've got a skill to upgrade. Let's do power. And then let's train. Volleys require that you hit the ball before it bounces. It's easier to do if you're closer to the net. Okay. Swipe up before the ball reaches you to approach the net. So this is where you actually move around a little bit before the ball comes. So when you are training, in order to get the highest score possible, you want to get as many shots as possible into that target circle. So let's see if we can get this target circle now. There we go. For each consecutive hit into the target circle, you will gain double the points that you normally would have gotten if it was just the first hit. Of course, it can be pretty hard to time sometimes. But just keep trying before the round is over, and eventually you'll get some points. We're going to finish out this training segment here. Of course, each training segment uses some energy, 40% energy to be specific. But they can gain you experience. When you gain another star level, you can add another point to one of these skills. And this is what the skills do. You hit the info button at the bottom right corner to see. Speed is how quickly your player can run. Power, how hard you can hit the ball. Spin, determine how much top spin, swerve, and slice. Fitness impacts energy loss and recovery and reduces reaction time after playing a shot. Focus increases the size and decreases the speed of the ball during high-pressure moments like match points, which, watching this video, you'll notice that's when the ball gets faster and smaller. There's no real recommended amount of which attribute you should focus on. That just kind of depends on your playing style. Eventually, you can max out all the attributes if you get that far into the game. Now, if you completely run out of energy, we'll go over the dilemma first. So sometimes you can pick followers and you can pick family. And you get other choices of one thing versus the other thing. Occasionally they have the same result or similar results. For example, friends versus family. This one, the results are completely different. We're going to choose followers because our happiness is a little bit lower. And because we fulfilled all the coach's requirements, now we can collect the prize, which is experience plus an energy drink. You'll get a new set of coaches to hire. Level 2 coaches will give you larger rewards experience-wise, but they will cost money, and the higher the level gets, the more money they will cost. Just look at the requirements, figure out which ones that you like the best, and go from there. So I'm going to risk it with Lob Shot Guy and go for all the experience points. Now, if you are out of energy drinks, you can recover by hitting the rest button. That gives us 15%. You get a little mini game to play. And basically, you'll spin until you get a prize. That will give you a whole other energy drink and recover 15% of your energy. But it will forfeit your spot in the tournament. So use rest only when you need to. Don't use it too often. Try to get energy drinks other ways, like watching the ad videos and in the mini games with your contacts. But use the rest when you need to. Anyways, this is Game Hydro. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.